Welcome students, we are understanding literary techniques. In the previous class, we understood about two literary techniques, anthropomorphism and kenning. Today also we are going to understand another two important literary techniques. And which are these? These are denotation. These are denotation and verisimilitude. Similitude. So let's understand. Denotation is a literary technique in which the author uses the literal meaning. Sometimes using the literal meaning helps the writer to convey something in a more effective way. It also helps the reader to understand something in an easy way. He or she can decipher the meaning of some given word in a very easy way. Okay, so it serves the purpose of both. So sometimes it happens, many times what happens, that writers use, particularly the poets, they use the figurative meaning. And apart from the poet, the writers of other type of fiction also use some figurative meaning. So denotation is that literary technique in which the writer uses the literal meaning to make himself or herself more clear about something which he or she wants to say, and it helps the reader also to understand what is conveyed to him or her. So let's understand denotation. Denotation, it's a special literary technique which is used by the writer, to convey the literal meaning. When the writer conveys the literal meaning, it becomes easy for the reader to understand it, because it becomes simple for him to decipher it. So the reader can easily decipher the meaning. The reader can easily decipher the meaning. The writer is able to convey in a simple way, in a simple and easy way. In a simple and easy way. Okay. Now, for example, dove, which is a bird, when the writer uses denotation, then dove means a type of word. Dove, what is the meaning? Example, a type of bird. Okay, dove is a type of word when denotation is used. Denotation means literal meaning. When literal meaning is used, it's a type of word. And when figurative meaning is used, then it will become a symbol of peace. This is called figurative meaning. Figurative meaning, that we also say connotation. Okay, when figurative meaning is there, instead of literal meaning, figurative meaning is there, then that would be termed as connotation. We will understand about connotation in detail in some other class. Okay. So here this makes the difference. Dove means a type of word. This is when it is used, when it is written with the sense of denotation, means literal meaning, type of word, and figurative meaning, symbol of peace. Okay. One more example. We can say discipline. Discipline can be taken literally also. Discipline means making everything punctual. Everything is done according to the norms, according to the time frame. If everything is done, that means something done positively, as per the norm, as per the time frame. Okay, and it has some figurative meaning also. I am going to make the child disciplined. So he is enforcing the discipline in the school. Enforcing the discipline may involve punishing the children. So it is the figurative meaning, where discipline means punishing the children. Are you getting? So it may have literal meaning, it may have figurative meaning. When it has the literal meaning, it's denotation. When it has figurative meaning, it's connotation. Okay. So I hope it is very clear to you. Now we will talk about word similitude. Word similitude. What is word similitude? You might have heard about simile. What is simile? Everybody knows. Simile is comparing two things which belong to different class. Comparing two things which belong to different class. So what is word similitude? In word similitude, what happens? What happens that we describe some fictional thing in such a way that it looks real. It gives the impression of real. So let's understand what is this word similitude. It's a technique. It's a technique that is used by the fiction writers to assimilate or mix real with fictional. Real characters are mixed with the fictional characters, or real situations are mixed with the fictional situations. Okay, so assimilate or mix the real with the unreal to give an impression of reality. To give an impression of reality. When he mixes the real and fictional situations, he mixes the real characters and fictional characters. Then he gives an idea. Of reality. He makes a sense of reality. The reader who reads such a fiction he knows that he is reading a piece of fiction. But while reading, when he keeps on reading, then he reaches at a certain psychological level, and at that level he feels that he could be reading some actual account. He might be reading some actual account. Okay? Despite knowing that this is a fictional work, this feeling comes in his mind that this could as well be the real account. Okay? Here, the reader knows that he or she is reading a fictional account. A fictional account, but then a psychological level comes, and then the reader feels that he might be reading some real or actual account. He might as well be reading some real or actual account. But a psychological level comes, and he or she feels that he or she might as well be reading an actual account. Example: there is a novel of Tolstoy, War and Peace. In this novel, we will find the example of word similitude. What happens that here, while reading the novel War and Peace, you will find that the historical character are interwoven into a fictional family. Okay? So, let me give you the example. Example of verisimilitude. War and Peace. War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy. Here, real historical characters are interwoven into a fictional family. Fictional family. So this is an example of verisimilitude. Another example, The Handmaid's Tale. The Handmaid's Tale. By Atwood. Here, Christian fundamentalists take over the US government and revoke Women's basic rights. Women's basic rights. So here one thing is real, another thing is fictional. What similitude means? Real and fictional are mixed up. And the total outcome is that the overall effect of this is that the whole thing looks actual. Although we know that it is not actual. But when we experience it more passionately, then we feel that it might be real as well. Okay? So I hope you have understood what is denotation and what is verisimilitude. So thank you for watching. And if you are the regular student, then you just recommend the channel, and if you are new, then you subscribe the channel. Okay. Thank you once more. Keep watching.